Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
My 21-year-old son went to Europe this time last year, and they had a heat wave, and particularly in Italy, so hot and so crowded. Nearly everyone he knows is there this year. Every person he knows is in Europe at the moment, and they're not the only ones. They're finding that their crowds are like they've never been before. There are 65% more US visitors to the EU than 10 years ago. And not just Americans, wealthy middle classes are emerging in China and India and Brazil. More and more people are on the move. And what a wonderful thing experiencing the world, unless you live there. It sounds really tough. Venice has taken measures to ban cruise ships, and this year introduced an entrance fee for visitors on the busiest of days. Look at this stat here. In peak tourism times, Venice has 247 tourists per resident.
Ooh.
Amsterdam has announced a complete ban on over-tourism by 2035. They're working hard on this, so there'll be no cruise ships, no new hotels, no more than 20 million hotel overnight stays by tourists. Wow. They've already got 20 million overnight stays. Same thing with Paris. They're promoting Paris in winter. Visit us in winter. So Athens, Lisbon, Venice and Spain, similar anti-tourism movements, and they're finding that people are actually taking to the streets, the locals, chanting, keep out, no photos. They're squirting water pistols at people. So they're just finding it too hard to live. And there's a fine line between this. I went to Europe, or London and France a couple of years ago at this time of year. It's really hard to get around. Peak tourism is horrendous, and we can't dictate when our holidays are, so that's when we were there. And I went to the Palace of Versailles. I remember going there maybe 35 years ago, and you could walk around. It was fabulous. This time, it was so crowded, it had tipped into being an unpleasant experience. And God forbid if you needed to go to the toilet, there was no way you could do that and get back to your bus in time. It was so difficult, and it was a wasted day. And I thought at some point, the tourism experience is not worth what you've gone there to have.
It's hard being a tourist, really. When you go on holidays, it's quite stressful.
Of course it is.
Because you're in an unfamiliar place.
Yes, and there's so little things that you can be in control of. But imagine being on the other side of it and being the people, like in Barcelona, 7.2 tourists per resident. There's a town here that I'm reading this article. It's a town in Sweden that they say, someone said, I've been living here for 26 years and this place has lost its charm. There are crowded paths, selfie sticks are raised as if going into battle, long queues snake in front of waterfalls, a drone buzzes overhead. That place has 118 tourists per resident. It swells from 2,500 people to 6,000.
Ooh.
You know, the toilets, the shops. And yes, as you said earlier, that's how they make their money. But for the local residents, what a hard thing to live through. I don't know if I'd travel at this time of year again.
No. Or you want to go to those places where there's been trouble. That's another thing. So if there's been some trouble, you go to that place.
Because you'll be the only tourist there.
Yeah.
So maybe you're on your way to Iran or something.
Well, you're going to go to Palestine or Syria or somewhere like that.
Okay, well, great. Maybe that's your way to travel.
That could be a thing.
That could be.
Where's the gift shop?
Yeah, that could absolutely be a thing. Or just be a tourist in your own city and complain about that
look
for
at
a while.
this. You can walk around here.
Absolutely, do it.